Elon Musk was recently accused of inflating his ego with alt accounts on Twitter, and so it was looked into by myself and my team. All right, so I'm just gonna keep this one nice and short, but Elon Musk in the past was accused of pretending to be his infant son to basically compliment himself on Twitter. This has happened a couple times. Whether or not these things are true remains to be seen. I remain skeptical of these things being true, mainly because I really, really want them to be true. There's this thing that's talked about by Ryan Macbeth, if you've ever seen him. It's called truthiness or emotional truth. Basically, it's what you believe in your heart that you want to be true. You want this to be true because it would agree with your worldview, or it would make you feel better, or it just feels right that it would be correct. But a lot of the times what we feel and what is correct is two different things. So as a result of that, we could end up believing conspiracy theories because they align with our personal worldview, and as a result, we end up being less informed and stupider people as a result because we believe in an emotional truth and not the actual truth. Now, the Adrien Dittman connection that is also involved here is definitely one I'm going to get into in a little bit. I actually wouldn't be able to parse out whether or not Adrien Dittman is a separate person. Adrien does sound exactly like Elon Musk in clips, and we'll play a clip for you right now.
Make my
You
point.
think you're superior. That's what it is.
Wow.
He
And
does.
you're
I don't think
He
I'm
does.
superior to anyone.
He
I
does.
clearly stated I have the smoothest brain on the planet.
No,
Yeah.
you definitely think you're superior, but that's okay. The point I
No, I
wanted to make.
definitely think I'm super smooth brained, and I think I'm like the most aerodynamic thing here. You know, like those spheres that they manufacture to test like whether or not a kilogram is actually accurate. You know, the spheres of silicon. That's how smooth my brain is.
Yeah, you're the UFOs over New Jersey.
It's
Anyway,
so flat and such a mirror that you can see the future in it, and you don't like what you see.
Jesus Christ, you're obnoxious. All right. So the point I wanted to get to was if it is in fact true that Laura, Owen, others have lost their blue check.
Yeah, so apparently that was Adrien Dittman, and Adrien Dittman is totally not Elon Musk on an alt account. I don't know whether or not that's true. I'll let you be the judge of that based on the vocals of the two people. I do think that they do sound quite a lot alike, but I also think there's a little bit of a difference in inflection there. Whether or not it is true, I don't know. I will say, at the same time, on Twitter, I did come across a VTuber that sounds exactly like Markiplier, but it's not Markiplier.
Oh, they are not ready for this. I have one rule, and it's look but don't touch, okay?
I figured I'd just play that clip for reference so we were all able to be on the same page about what I'm talking about. Anyway, let's talk about the Victoria Uriberg connection, which is apparently this other alt account that Elon Musk has created in order to flatter himself. So this TikToker, as well as various Twitter users, have gone on saying that this Victoria Uriberg account, which generated Elon Musk fan fiction, must be Elon Musk on an alt account using a pseudonym name to get away with it and write these romance stories about himself. Now, I should say this, famous people have stans. They just do. K-pop, we've seen it. Swifties, we've seen it. Hell, I'm a YouTuber, and I've actually gone out of my way before to read fan fiction about myself. I've been there, I've done that, I've looked myself up. I wouldn't be surprised if Elon Musk did it too, and that he came across these Victoria Uriberg books himself. Now, people say that this is Elon Musk primarily for a few reasons. Basically, it's all categorized in this series of TikToks that I'm going to summarize, but we'll leave the link below. So these books that this alleged author Victoria wrote are mainly about scientific romance stories, some of which involve characters like a character called Adrien Dittman, who is clearly an Elon Musk self-insert, but again, I haven't read the books yet. I just don't have time, and I'm just trying to do this really quickly, so that way we could get some information out. So whether or not Adrien Dittman is an Elon Musk analog in those books remains to be seen. I haven't read them yet, but if people are curious, I'll go take a look at them, and then we can research that on stream together. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell, wink wink. But there are some books on here that are directly related to Elon Musk and are romance stories about Elon Musk. So that is very interesting. This could be Elon. I wouldn't be surprised. There have been lolcow-like figures on the internet before who've written stuff about themselves. Onision being a prime example of that, of being someone who's even used pseudonym names to do so. However, I actually don't believe this is Elon Musk, and I will show you the evidence why in a sec. So this TikToker, Sting Like a Bee, put out these TikToks basically going over her quote-unquote findings. She did this while high on pain medication, and the TikToks are incredibly rambly. But here are the reasons why they think that Victoria AI, or Victoria is an AI created by Elon Musk for him to generate his own stupid fan fictions. Okay, so one of the first claims that's brought up by Sting Like a Bee is that Victoria Uriberg is actually a pseudonym name, or it's an anagram for a program called Vector AI. All right, so basically what Sting Like a Bee is saying is that, oh, Victoria is actually an anagram for Vector, and the last two letters of Victoria being AI. Right? So she actually shows an image of this program onto TikTok, and I'll read it out verbatim. Quote, "What is Vector AI? In the design world, Vector Artificial Intelligence applies natural language processing, NLP, to create vector graphics. A vectorized image file consists of graphics drawn or rendered using geometric lines that can scale without pixelation because the lines are expressed as coordinates on a grid." So basically, if you've ever worked with vector images, these are images that maintain their resolution whether or not you make them big or smaller. You know, when you make a JPEG really big, you can see the artifacting on it and it loses its resolution. The image just can't go past a certain size without losing resolution to it. Vector graphics avoid that by using math in their drawings. So you can scale those images up and down at infinite scales because they are vectors. That's the great thing about using something like Adobe Illustrator to draw graphics for a business, for example. Adobe Illustrator is a program that is often used with vector graphics. So Vector AI, based off of what we're reading here, has nothing to do with generating prose, which if Victoria Uriberg is just Elon Musk using an AI, why would this be the AI that Elon Musk has named Victoria, right? Because this is an AI that's dedicated to generating graphics, not generating words. It even says it in the thing that she quotes and highlights, where it says applies natural language processing to create vector graphics. So basically you type in a prompt and then it generates a vector graphic that you could scale at infinite. The next is that Victoria Yarberg is actually an anagram name for Victor Luten Berger, which she is also kind enough to show us the Wikipedia synopsis that she pulled up on the TikTok. So the Victor Lutenpold Berger was actually an Austrian-American socialist politician and journalist and a founding member of the Social Democratic Party of America and its successor, the Socialist Party of America. Born into Austrian Empire, Berger immigrated to the United States as a young man and became important, influential socialist journalist in Wisconsin. He helped establish the so-called sewer socialist movement, but also sparked the American Socialist Party's nativist turn in 1910. He was elected as the first socialist in the House of Representatives, representing the District of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So apparently Victoria Berger is actually an anagram for Victor Berger from this Wikipedia article. This doesn't really make sense. It doesn't really align with Elon Musk's political policy or political philosophy. Many people would probably place Elon Musk on the right. He even says that he left the left. And Victor Lutenpold Berger is very clearly a socialist based off of what we're reading in this TikTok. It doesn't really make much sense to say that Victoria Berger is an anagram for this character because, well, this character doesn't necessarily align with the ideals that Elon Musk has. This is the first quote-unquote socialist in the House of Representatives. In Musk's worldview, I'd argue that this person is probably the sign of the end times for the guy. So I don't really know why this is used as evidence that this must be Elon Musk as well, when in reality, this could be anybody's pseudonym so far. The next is that Victoria Yarberg actually has a wiki LinkedIn page. So Victoria Yarberg has a LinkedIn page, and it says that she is basically like a freshman or maybe a sophomore, give or take the time period, in Arizona State University, right? And she shows that OpenAI has a partnership with Arizona State University. Now, Arizona State University is a humongous college, and they have multiple business agreements and partnerships with multiple humongous businesses in the United States. That's not something that's abnormal. That's fairly normal, especially for a college like Arizona State University. Now, OpenAI and Sam Altman are being sued by Elon Musk, and there is an open lawsuit with Elon Musk and OpenAI. So that's also a really interesting thing there. But what makes this really frustrating is, why would Elon Musk leave all these breadcrumbs that he is he's using an alt account to generate AI fan fiction of himself. I don't get it. This is right now Victoria Uriberg. If we're looking at the LinkedIn and using the information given, this is somebody, probably a young woman, using a pseudonym to make fan fiction of a guy that she values very highly. And of course, because she is like 18, 19, 20, the fan fiction is cringe and lame and dweebish, which is something that is completely normal for that age range. Maybe she's a little old for it, but it's not completely out of the realm of the possibility. But they argue that Victoria Uriberg must be Elon Musk because in 2024, this partnership with the Arizona State University happened, and in 2024, Elon Musk sued OpenAI, which, now we're just getting into numerology shit here with this comparison. Lastly, the Victoria Uriberg account has this photo, and you've probably seen it if you've been in touch with this story that's been going on, but they argue that this photo is AI generated. Now, I pixel peeped on it. The lines are pretty straight. You got a lot of, subsurface scattering and reflections that you see in the glasses. If this is an AI generated image, this is the perfect AI generated images. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, the glasses, you can see the eyes underneath. You can see the reflection of the hand holding the phone inside the glasses. You can see the reflection in the windows perfectly reflected to the outside surrounding area. Someplace that's pretty cold, someplace like Washington. But even what makes this more interesting is something that was discovered with not more than 10 minutes of Googling. So a young lady who lives in Washington not only fits the look of this Victoria Uriberg, but actually has a direct connection to the account and is actually Victoria Uriberg. Yep, that's right. I actually, I have who Victoria Uriberg is. Not only do I have who Victoria Uriberg is, here is Victoria Uriberg without the glasses. So that's actually our mystery woman's Fansly profile picture. There she is without her glasses. A very pretty young lady, probably about 19, 20, over on her Fansly account. Just seems like she's throwing shit at the wall, doing a different content everywhere, just to see what sticks, right? So this was gathered from a Linktree account with the @Squidly. @Squidly is attached to the Victoria Uriberg Substack, which introduces Adrien Dittman in articles, as well as talks about, a bunch of other philosophical stuff. Whoever this person, Squidly, is, they're a very philosophical girly. But perhaps you're not convinced that these two images are actually the same woman. Well, actually, if you research that and go on to Twitter, you can find that Squidly has an account. And yeah, there's Squidly again. But we might as well put the final nail in this coffin. Squidly herself actually has a post where she mentions her alt account. Her alt account being, yes, Victoria Uriberg. Yeah, this account is just Victoria Uriberg. They're the same person. This young lady is just a really esoteric young lady who has an affliction for Elon Musk. Whatever you feel about that, you're allowed to. I would say don't go harass this person. That would be really stupid. They're just making cringe on the internet and then like distributing it via Kindle Unlimited. It's really not that big of a deal. Now, whether or not Adrien Dittman is Elon Musk is a completely different story. It could be that Elon Musk Googled himself, came across these fan fictions, found Victoria Uriberg's account, liked the name Adrien Dittman, and then used the name Adrien Dittman to generate a fake account where he could glaze himself, which is completely possible too. It's also possible that both Squidly and Adrien Dittman are just stans of Elon Musk who are just absolutely obsessed with the guy, and they're just weird that they just engage in that. That's completely possible too. But the problem is that everybody's been sitting around saying Victoria Uriberg is Elon Musk, and not only that, but this person is also Elon Musk, while also not doing the slimmest amount of research to look and find that, oh, actually, no, that's not Elon Musk. It's actually just a woman in her 20s who's got a fascination for Elon Musk. Anyway, it just annoyed me that this was happening. Fuck you. Like and subscribe, and then watch me on stream. Maybe we'll go over the Elon Musk fan fictions that were written, and we can determine whether or not these are actually just the prose of a writer who's just beginning her journey, or AI. Unfortunately, AI and beginner writers suffer from the same problem of verbose prose. So I'm sure that'll be a really, really easy thing to determine.